After the sun and heat of the Moroccan desert, it's back to the realities of an English autumn at the team's HQ. We'll be running 4 Wildcats at the Dakar, and today we're meeting the man who's taking one of the last remaining co-driver seats.
So big thing for me, the seats here in the Wildcat, the top of the brim of my prosthesis, kind of sticks out from my leg. And, the time issue, I don't want to catch that on any of these lips here. And then bending my knees.
Staff Sergeant Mark Zambon is a bomb technician with the US Marines. In January 2011, he was in Afghanistan, preparing to defuse a homemade bomb.
I remember, hearing that sort of audible click, and the IED detonated. And I remember the radio on my kit buzzing. One of the fire team leaders was asking if everybody was okay. And, I was down on the ground. I kind of knew I got hit, but I still gave, kind of like the Chuck Norris, thumbs up behind my helmet on the ground there. I remember just asking and be like, hey, are my legs gone, or something to that effect. And, he's like, yeah, they're gone, and it was one of those things where it's like, okay, I mean, there's nothing that's going to change that, or nothing I can do that's going to, factor that equation differently. Like that's that, like I don't have legs. It wasn't anything, I mean, it's war.
Alongside Mark is another US Marine and the latest recruit to our team of mechanics.
It's got a 90 on where it goes in the rad. Yeah. And we want a straight end this end, don't we?
It was October 15th, 2010, and Corporal Tim Reed was on foot patrol in Afghanistan.
Yeah, that's a big one, isn't it?
I think it was my 3rd patrol after getting back from being shot. And I was still on edge. And you look at the ground and you look around. And I was looking at my squad leader, Sergeant Lurch. I remember him saying, don't step right. "10 pounds of explosive and shrapnel went up right underneath my body. It was no, pain didn't set in just yet. It took a little while. It was more days. I remember I was so dazed and confused, but I still, you do the limb check where you kind of make sure you got all your limbs. So I looked down at my legs. I saw both my boots. That's what I was looking for, was my boots, and they were in the right spot, but they didn't look too good. And I remember asking the Army medic if could I see my left leg, and he said, you don't have it. This is the total knee, and it's a free swing leg, so it locks out until you can't push it down, and it only breaks once you tap the toe. The hydraulics are a lot more stable, but this one, I could walk my own pace, but if I step on it wrong, I'm gonna fall, but you get right back up.
It's a real pleasure getting our American cousins on board. And who better to initiate Mark into the joys of the Wildcat than team member and rally driver, Ben Goll.
See you later.
I'm pretty excited right now to head up with Ben as my driver for the first time. Just before I left the United States yesterday, I renewed my life insurance policy, so I know my family members will get taken care of in case of. So we're set and we're all ready to rock and roll. Hell yeah, Ben.
I was in my wheelchair. I was pushing up this hill and struggling. I was going real slow, almost going backwards at some points. And I see this lady you know, she had this real sympathetic look on her face, and she's like, oh, here, I'll help you, you know, and she did. She gave me a hand. She pushed me up to the top of the hill, which was really sweet of her. It was such a humbling experience, you know, to go from being a 26-year-old man, living life to its fullest, as I saw it, to go to being a point where I can't even carry myself up a small sidewalk. That day, that moment had a very profound effect on me, because like, I don't want to live my life like that. I don't want to be so heavily dependent. What I did want is a life where I'm in control of a normal life.
Hey man, that was awesome, man. I'll remember that one forever.
It was Veterans Day, November 2011, November 11th, and I uncovered my car after being in the hospital for a year. It's a left-hand drive 03 Mustang Mach 1, and I got in it. That was one of my main concerns, is if I would be able to drive my baby. When I was able to put my left leg, my prosthetic on the clutch, and it cranked up.
You good? Oh yeah.
That's when I realized that, you know, life wasn't over. It's gonna take a little effort, but you know, it will be worth it in the end.